So here's the map for the third section of the intro. The player would start here, and they would go up some stairs, and they would see a switch. When they step on the switch, it doesn't do anything, which is not something they're used to being able to do, but at least they know there's a switch here. They also know there's a weight, which they can see hanging. They see a gazebo with like a hole in it, and they see the pulley system leading over to these two arms. They also see that this eye is glowing and that the object in this hand is glowing. And this is the water emitter, is emitting water into the room, which is overflooding this, causing water to go through here and fill this up. And then there's an overflow system, so the water doesn't keep rising in the level. They can go down these stairs, or they can go up here and jump down. They can go down here and they can just interact with the water, and they can get out that way if they fall in these sections over here. They'll notice statues. The statues activate the emitters. So this water statue is already on its pressure plate, so the water emitter is already activated. If they push the fire statue onto the pressure plate, the fire emitter activates, and it spews fire forth onto the fire hand. However, the fire hand is submerged, so steam is just created instead of activating the fire hand. So in order to get the fire hand activated, they need to figure out some way to get rid of the water. So first things first is if they push the fire statue over, not only will this activate, but they'll also notice that an indicator over here says, hey, this switch might do something. So if they go over and press the switch, the weight will go down, will start to descend, which will cause the pulley system to pull up these arms. Now, when the arms are going up, you'll notice that the water hand leaves this section, and this deactivates, and so does this, so because it's out of the water. And this section will activate because the fire is hitting the fire hand. So they'll notice that fire activates this, water activates this. As the arms go up, two drains behind the arms, like these are stoppers for example, open up and the water starts to recede. And it'll go down lower than it normally is, and even while the water emitter's on. If they pull it up all the way, this rope section here gets caught in this pulley and breaks, causing the fire hand to fall straight down, and then it cannot be raised anymore. However, while it's down here, it'll be activated with the fire emitter, and the fire eye will turn back on. In order to get both eyes turned on, the player has to lower the water hand, and while the water hand's lowering, they need to turn off the water statue. This will stop the water from filling up, and that way the fire hand will still stay activated while the water hand is descended down. Then when the water hand goes to the bottom, they can activate the water statue again, which will cause the water meter to fill up this section, which will activate the water hand before overflowing and going over to this section. If they fail at any point, they can just reset the problem by going back here, raising the water hand up again, and so forth and so forth. When they've activated both this and this at the same time, and both eyes are glowing, the mouth of this dragon head will open, which will reveal access to the next section. So that's the basis of this puzzle. And I'll try to get the second section finished up before I move on to this, but I just wanted to give a heads up of what I was planning for the next section.